What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. With that being said, I want to talk about ESPN. Stephen A. Smith just did an interview, right, with Tank Davis. Tank Davis has got a fight coming up this Saturday. Um, and so he was on ESPN today, and Stephen A. Smith interviewed him. And I want to listen to the interview, and I want to make some comments or some statements about the interview. So here is Stephen A. Smith talking to Tank Davis.
In a lightweight title clash this Saturday, March 1st from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The event will be featured on PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video. Tank is here just ahead of the huge fight. Stephen A., take it away.
Thank you, Molly. The one and only Tank Davis with me right now, one of the best fighters on the planet Earth. Tank, good to see you. Why this fight, Lamont Roach? What has he done to deserve to be in the ring against you?
He's a world champion himself. He's coming up and wait to dare to be great. So we fought before, so it's history. It's history in that. There's two guys that's trying to be great.
A lot of people said they talked about y'all background with one another, how familiar you guys are with one another. Talk about that for a second. How well do you know him on a personal level in terms of your associations through the ranks, in terms of your boxing career?
I don't know that, personally,
Right.
But through the boxing, we came up together and things like that. We had similar friends and things like that in the boxing world. We fought before, so I'm familiar with his fighting style and things like that. Well, it's been years since I fought him, so I don't know, but it's cool to have someone from that area, and then I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, so it's cool to get us both in the ring and share the ring together on a pro level.
Now, he's not one of those guys that's going to be foolish enough to talk about how he shook you during some sparring session or something like that, like Frank Martin tried to do and really ticked you off. I was talking about it on the show. I don't know if you saw me, Tank, back before the Frank Martin fight last June. I said, you looked at me during a press conference, and you looked at him and you said, you really, really should have waited. You took this fight too early. You really should have waited. That's what you told him before the fight, and then you went and put him to sleep. This cat right here, Lamont Roach, he ain't saying something like that about you, is he? He's not doing that.
No, but Lamont had more experience than Roach. I mean, I'm bugging. Lamont had more skills than Frank Martin, for sure.
Okay. I got you. So as you sit here right now, you're 30-0, 28 knockouts, clearly one of the top 5 fighters on the planet, if not number 1 in a lot of people's eyes. That's what we say about Tank Davis. How do you feel about you, where you are at right now in your career, pound for pound?
I mean, I can't really say. I just gotta, I'm the type of guy that, I really don't really pay attention to that because I'm still in the mix. So I just gotta keep my head grounded, stay grounded, and just. My whole goal was always to go out there and put on a great performance, every night, So,
All right, so I want to stop right there, right, and just add something to that, right, because that was a good question. Like, how do Tank really feel about himself right now, or his place, almost like his standing, like in the boxing, like in the history of boxing, right? Like, where did he think he fit in? And so I like that answer from Tank, because Tank is like, he makes it known that, right, he's not really thinking about that until his career is over with. And you'll find like a lot of athletes are like that. They don't want to, unless they do something historic early on in their career, then they don't really take the time to pause and to reflect on it, especially while they are in the mix. They want to wait until their career is over with, then, then look back on it, and that's when you can mainly enjoy your accomplishments. But for him to right now to stay focused and to and to be, you know, have that tunnel vision when it comes to look, you know, taking on his competitors and not losing, you know, sight of like what's important, and what's important is what's going on right now. So I'm gonna go back to a little bit more of this interview, and because he says something in here too that I think that, you know, might be a little bit, you know, it might be like some pause for some concern with this fight coming up Saturday.
I can't really say right now because I'm still in the mix. I said, like I said, but hopefully when it's all said and done, I'll be one of them top great fighters. For
How
sure.
soon is it going to be before you're done? Because on several occasions, it's almost like you're alluding to, you only have but so many fights left. You're looking to walk away from the game. How close are you to that, being undefeated and unblemished with some big fights out there for you to get?
It's close for sure. It just I don't know. It's a little draining. I just want to step back for a little bit and just focus on me personally. You know, I feel like I've been doing this for some time now, and I just want to give myself a break and focus.
See now, all right, so that's he's saying that he want to give himself a break, and is draining right now because he's been fighting for so long, and he's fighting you know, he's pretty frequently. You know what I mean? He's fighting pretty frequently. And so you know, some you hear fighters speak a lot about, you know, retiring, and sometimes it's good for those guys to just step back from you know, step back for a little while, and then a lot of those guys are unretired after they haven't fought for a while, you know. And so that's what I think um you know, is with, on the one hand, Tank says that he's kind of living in the moment, and then on the other hand, he's, you know, he's thinking about, you know, like knowing that his career is coming to the end, and he's focusing on thinking about other things, not really focusing on other things, but he's thinking about other things when it comes to like spending time with his family and you know, and his kids and stuff like that. So now I think it's important for you got to be he has to be careful in that situation though, because if he's not focused going into this Saturday's fight, you know, then that could be he could possibly get upset, you know, like if he's thinking about, all right, this may be my last fight, or one more fight after this, and then, you know, that'll cause you to lose focus, and then so if you lose focus, then that'll put you in a situation where you could possibly lose this fight. So um you know, I don't know, you know, he said it wasn't a definite that, you know, he'll retire. He just said that it's getting close. So hopefully, uh, and I think he will. I think he'll be focused for this fight. But it's still, you want to be when it comes to these situations, you want to be, you know, you just want to be locked in, you know, because um boxing is not a sport where you can just coast, you know. So you definitely have to be locked in, and you know, because he could get upset. It only take one punch, you know. So you definitely, you got to be almost nearly perfect when it comes to you know, performing at that level on that stage that he's performing on. So you got to be locked in. So I hope that for Tank's, for his you know, for his own safety, and for him, you know, he's locked in and not really at this point in time really thinking too much about, you know, retirement. You know, he'll have plenty of time to do that after this Saturday. But that's my take on it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, you know, leave a comment. And with that being said, I will check you all out on the next video. Peace.